Audrey, thank you so much for joining me today. I am thrilled to talk to you about your experience with Fit Learning Online and particularly the experience your son had during his enrollment with us. Great.
I'm so honored to be able to just talk with you because it has been such a life-changing experience for him. So I'm just glad you asked me to share our perspective.
Well, I'm thrilled that you agreed to do it. One of the challenges, as you know, is spreading the word about the fact that this is the real deal. There's a lot of other stuff out there. I mean, and as a parent, you try to,
I know,
right?
Yes.
Like you got a lot of other services before you found us, kind of by luck. And so I really, the intention of my having these conversations with our families is to share how real this is and that it's not a gimmick and it's not a fad and it's not just a bunch of marketing dollars and branding dollars to sell something. Like this is an approach that is actually very transformative. And so I think the best way to get the public to understand that is to hear from people who've actually experienced it themselves and actually invested and committed to this process and got it fully. Like, I mean, you are one of those families that committed 100,000 times %, right?
We were all in, and we're still, even though we've graduated, we're still all in.
I
on Fit.
know.
And I
You're all
sing
in.
the praises from the rooftops like all the time.
Kids. So why don't we start with you just giving us a brief background and what was going on with your son before before you luckily found us and reached out.
We had great tutors who were, we Orton Gillinghammed this child even without a dyslexia diagnosis to death. And he was still like below his peer group level. We're throwing everything we had at it. At this point, our star math student was now struggling in math because the word problems were so difficult. And then his confidence was going down. I mean, we were just, we didn't know how to help him. And, our sort of advice had been, well, he needs more tutoring. He needs more of this. He needs more of this, more of this, more of the same. We found out about the homeschool option. And
when I scared you and I presented that option.
Oh my God. I will never forget that meeting. You're like, well, we think you should homeschool him. I was like, homeschooling? Right. I can't homeschool a child. Thankful to know that I wasn't actually going to have to do anything.
Exactly. It was we would be doing that. He just pulled out of his school placement and he would be with us full time.
Yes. And I just need to make sure the internet didn't go out.
Right. Exactly right.
We made that choice. We were scared to death to make that choice.
Yeah. It's a big leap. It's a lot of trust.
It was. I mean, it was, and you remember we had our moments of like
doubting.
Is this really working? Calls all the time. What did you do to fix your son?
Right.
That's a question I get a lot. I'm like, well, we did, because he went back to moral of the story. And
maybe we should jump to the punchline.
Yes. So after all those struggles that we had after our year of Fit, which was his 6th grade year, he went back to school and was on high honor roll.
Yep.
And continued that way through the end of his 8th grade year. And now he's gone on to a very highly regarded boarding school in the Northeast where he has excelled. And he was upset that his lowest grade this trimester has been in Spanish, and it was an A.
Oh my gosh. Rather than an A+.
Yes, it was a 95. And he was very upset about that. And next year he's going to be in all honors classes.
It was such an honor and a privilege to work with your son, and to still be connected with you and with him. And I hope I always will be, because I just know he's going to achieve amazing things. And I want to be around to witness that.
Well, you are, because every single time we get a report card,
that's true.
I take a screenshot of it and I text it to Kimberly and I thank her.
Yeah.
Because you have changed our child's life. And I will get emotional here, because it is to see your child struggle, and really and know the statistics of kids who struggle in high school and what can happen to them. Of course we try to be really good parents, and we would, he's in high school now and I don't see this as a problem, but you read the stats of kids turning to drugs and alcohol and dropping out and getting into trouble and becoming, they become the class clown because, that's the only way to get positive attention. We really didn't want that for our kid. Right. And we want him to go to college and be successful. We didn't want that struggle for him in his life, academically. And the gift that you have given him is so incredible. This is a program that is so meaningful and transformative and life-changing. Whatever you can do to make this possible for your child, if there's somebody out there thinking about whether or not they want to invest in this, because it's an investment, like there's no bones about that. It is worth every penny. Figure it out, because you will be so thankful to see your child thrive and go through life. I mean, it is the gift of a full and complete life. This is going to change the trajectory of his life forever. And we are forever grateful for that. It is profound, the gift that you have given him and our family.